What's up, YouTube? You are Inside the Edge, and I'm here with another video to discuss the topic of Cam Newton and what's happening with him in Chicago. Again, it's going to be a lot of reports in the upcoming future. Most likely, we're going to be hearing this story during the off season of this year. 2020 is his last year with the Carolina Panthers. He's owed $19 million, and this will be a good gamble for the Carolina Panthers to trade him, and this is the move that they're going to do. They're going to try to trade Cam, and this is just my perception. This is what I believe is going to happen, just from what we've seen, the data that we've seen from this Carolina Panthers team this season, and why Cam is out the door. Now, again, what the Panthers, I think they should trade Cam, as a organization moving forward for the future. I think the Carolina Panthers trading Cam Newton is the piece to get draft picks, and for him to go to another team, I think it'll be better for even Cam to go to another team and prosper with another franchise and turn that franchise around. But with Cam, he has 1 year left. Trade him, get some first round picks to possibly get him, or negotiate, play the business role, and I think that's what Carolina's going to do. Now, they're looking at the team that they have right now. They have Kyle Allen that's playing a good amount of football. He's not the best. He's nothing too special, but he has potential. He can drop back in the pocket and make passes, orchestrate the offense, what they have. We see how he's utilizing Christian McCaffrey, and that's another guy that I'm going to go to, Christian McCaffrey. He's the best player on that team, and he's the best running back in football. If he's not the best, he's in the top 5, and he's the face of this future of this franchise. And that is why Cam Newton is heading out the door, because they're looking at a guy like Kyle Allen that can make plays, be a game clock manager quarterback, and looking at an explosive guy in the backfield that can catch, receive, run, halfback dives. He can do everything on the football field. There's nothing that Cam Newton can really do at this point from the data of what we're seeing of the Carolina Panthers. Now, whether they make the playoffs or not, I do think this organization can build off of this year alone. Because, last year they didn't make the playoffs. They had, an 8-8 record. And this year they're turning their whole team around. Guys are meshing well together. And the chemistry that Kyle Allen has with this team is he's helping this team evolve. He's getting his job done. He's winning this team football games. Now, whether they make the playoffs or not, that's to be seen. But with Cam Newton, I think next year they're going to just move forward with him and try to get something out of him. Again, if a team is willing to trade to get him, they're only going to pay out his last contract. It's $19 million. It's not a high risk of doing it. And again, the Bears are front runners to want to grab this guy, because the Bears, they made a mistake trading up in the draft to get Trubisky when they skipped out on Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes, which are quarterbacks that are balling right now. So the Bears dropped the ball on that. So clearly they messed up. They're trying to save themselves to try to get Cam Newton and to turn this franchise around, because Trubisky is not this future's franchise quarterback. We've seen what he's done in his years in Chicago. Like, the city hates him. The people hate him. I'm sure his teammates are not fond of him. So, he's pretty much done in Chicago. And I think that's why the Bears are moving forward to try to make this deal happen. Now, with Cam Newton, Chicago Bear fans, I don't blame you guys. We've seen how terrible he's been. My brother went to that Eagles game with the Bears, and him even watching Trubisky live, he was saying, this guy is terrible at quarterback. Cam Newton, I think if he was to go to Chicago, he could turn this franchise around. The energy he would bring, the toughness, the mentality. Cam is a guy that he runs the football hard. He lowers his shoulders on defenders. I think quarterbacks in this day and age doesn't do what Cam do. And for him, insert what his playing style and insert that into a Chicago offense and just the mentality he has, I think he's going to bring that culture to Chicago. I mean, we see it with that defense. Chicago Bears defense is rough riders, hard hitters. And with Cam being on the opposite side on offense, him being a quarterback, I think people in Chicago are going to rally behind him. And I think Chicago needs a guy like Cam Newton. And I'll be very happy for the city of Chicago if they get a guy like Cam Newton, because believe it or not, Cam Newton was the MVP a couple of years ago. You know, he has played 8 long seasons in the NFL as a quarterback. That's something that can't be underlooked. You know, he's made his millions. He's done everything, and I think at this point he wants to win a championship. And I think him going to the Bears next year, depending on that happens, which I think the Bears will make that move. You know, the Bears can be considered contenders for next year, and you know, possibly going to a Super Bowl run with Cam Newton, and if they have the offense set up for him. So this move is been. It was released 2 days ago by Ian Rappaport. That's where the source is coming from. And Cam Newton, I believe he just accepted the fact that Carolina wants to get rid of him, and he would love to go to Chicago and play for that city. So, you know, Cam Newton, he's been dealing with a lot of foot injuries, a lot of, you know, he messed up his foot in the 3rd week of preseason. It was a ligament damage to his right foot. He's been rehabbing. He didn't want to do surgery this year, because he did surgery last year to recover from his shoulder, and this year he was looking forward to coming back. He played his first 2 starts, but with the foot bug that he has, he has damaged ligament in his foot. There's all kinds of stuff going on with his foot, and that's why he's been sitting out for the past 10 weeks, and eventually the owner put him on injury reserve, and now Cam is going to go further and try to get it examined and get surgery later on in the week to heal his right foot. You know, Cam is 6'5", he's 250 pounds. It's a lot of weight on when he walks and he runs, so it's a lot of stress that's on his foot, and that's why this amounted to him being out for 10 weeks. And this surgery, he's going to be out for 8 to 10 more weeks. So it's just been a long process, a lot of rehabbing. Cam is putting his body through a whole lot. And right now, it's the scapegoat. I think they want to get rid of him. They know that Christian McCaffrey is the future of this team moving forward, and they're going to ride out with Christian McCaffrey and Kyle Allen that's been playing good football. And again, it has nothing to do with Cam Newton's talent. Cam Newton is a talented quarterback, but I think they just want to move on from him, and they want to try to get this deal happen. So we're going to be talking about this in the offseason. Before the 2020 season, and we're going to just see where it goes from there. But it's going to be wild, man, because you could go to the Dolphins, the Jets, the Broncos. There's a lot of teams that would want Cam Newton and his talent. So, you guys, just giving you guys a little update and just, give you guys a little perspective on what's happening with Cam Newton. But honestly, I don't think he's coming back next year for Carolina. I think he's gone. I think he's out the door. And, you guys drop a comment below. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Cam is a bust? What team do you think he's going to go to? Let's just create some dialogue in the comment section. And if you like videos like this, subscribe to the channel, like, comment, do all that good stuff. And see you guys on the next video. Peace.